Man, I hate Glock. Or do I? Alright, man, welcome back. Hey, before we get started, man, if you like any of the optics or the guns or anything like that we use here, I'm not sponsored by them, but a great gun shop down in Wellington, Kansas called Boomsticks and Freedom Seeds of Wellington. I'll put their Facebook link down in the description. Man, they always seem to come through, whether I'm looking for optics or different guns. They can find them, and like 90-95% of the time, they're going to beat the price of them finding online or at the stores. And again, you get that one-on-one personal interaction where you go to a big store and they're just like, nope, it is what it is and we can't do anything. Like those smaller good shops like that, you can sit there and have that personal interaction. You actually, you know, establish and get a friendship. Really good, man. They can find it, and they always seem to beat everybody else. Just kind of throwing that out there if y'all looking and you're like, man, where the heck did he get that from? Boomsticks and Freedom Seeds of Wellington always seems to find the things that I need. But okay, on to the Glock. If you watch my other videos, you know that I'm not the biggest of Glock guys. Like I said, I always think they're kind of that cult gun, that whole fanboy club gun where it's like, oh man, I've got a Glock. And I'm like, so it was like they're like the white Honda Civic, man. They're not the greatest looking. They're not real flashy. There's nothing really that kind of stands out and was like, but they will always get you from point A to point B. So it's like everybody goes with them because of that reliability. You know, I got it there when I need it. It's going to work. There's so many accessories out there, but I just never had it. Like you see, I had the 47. And then I got a really good deal for a trade on that I was been looking for. So I traded it and didn't look back. And then I found this, the Glock 45, which is pretty much, if you know anything about the 47 and 45, they're made for the Border Patrol to be modular so that you could, it's like the Walther PDP, where I can take the frame I want, the slide I want, I can switch them all around, make the combination I need. So yeah, I could buy this, and then I could go get the, a 17 slide or the 47 slide, throw it in there, boom, I've got the 47. Or I could take, you know, buy the 47, get the 19 slide, throw in there, I've got the 45. In this, you know, they come in MOS and non-MOS, which again, if you're looking at like a 19X, then the biggest difference is the color and the MOS and the lack of the lanyard loop, which who's going to use a lanyard loop? I don't know why I would. Yeah. Anyways, we'll get to that. But, yeah. Gen 5, so, you know, you've got different features like serrations and triggers and barrels, which we'll get to, but I really want to get out there and see how she performs. Like I said, I had the 47, and it just didn't fit with me, man. So I want to get out there and see, man, would this be any better? It feels, just the feel of it, it feels better. It feels different. So let's go out here and see how she does, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it. Today, Glock 45. This came out with the Glock 47, which is a full-size version. All of them are interchangeable. It's pretty much like the Glock 19X, where you got Glock 19 slide, Glock 17 frame. So you get that full-size frame for those guys that don't like the little pinky flop. But this one, you get them MOS and non-MOS. This is a non-MOS version, but we do have night vision sights on it. A lot of people say this is one of the best made Glocks of all time. But Gen 5, so you do have a marksman barrel. Again, yeah, because you get that whole compact slide, but you get the full-size grip, so you get that full real estate. So, see how it is. Again, they're interchangeable, so that's what's really cool about the 45. If you don't like that slide, you can get a 17 slide or, you know, 47 slide, throw it on there, and you boom, you got the Glock 47. Get the 19 slide, throw it on there, you got a Glock 45. So you can make the gun that you want, man. So that's what I think a lot of people think it's one of the better Glocks of all time. It's just because you have so much versatility on there, man. So let's get some shots. See how she does. Yeah, we got night vision sights. We took off the standard sights and put on night vision sights. There we go. That marksman barrel, I don't know. Didn't miss any of those. Pretty good. Alright, let's try to get a second run and see here. So far, so good, man. Like I said, I had the 47 with and it was the same gun, but this one kind of like, I don't know if it is because of the shorter barrel or what it is, but I really kind of like it, and I'm kind of kicking myself if I should have kept the 47, but, you know, things you live with. But yeah, so far pretty good, man. I'm kind of digging it. That one doesn't want to fall. I hit him twice. Yeah, she'll run it pretty quick, man. Like I said, I believe the Gen 5s do have an upgrade. It's called the marksman barrel, which I think they just kind of changed some of the threading, not threading, but the bore inside to give it like a different type of pattern, and which I think, you know, they claim helps with a little bit more with accuracy. And if I remember right, I'm pretty sure they changed the trigger on it. So there you go, and then resets right there. Boom. So it's pretty good. The only thing, and that's what kind of gets me, if anybody knows the Glock triggers, and maybe I'm wrong, but you always feel when you get that take up and then you get that little, right there, that little extra step, and then you go, that always throws me off when we're going to Glocks. But like I said, the trigger on it, right there, a little bit take up, that little extra, boom, resets right there. That does feel a little bit better than, you know, the older Glocks that bring. So far, man, I'm really digging this. So let's get a couple more shots, see what we think. All right, we are back from the range with the 45. Did I like it? Right to the point? Yes. Don't know why, but I did, because it's a 47 with a small, I don't know what it is. It just seems like I was on target. You got a smaller sight radius than what I had on the 45, but I liked it. I do have the non-MOS. Now again, the difference between like a 19X and this is going to be a color, no lanyard loop, and I think the 19X can use, if people say, oh, it can only use 19X mags, that's not true. You can use other magazines. There's one, I think maybe the 17 Gen 5, and then other ones doesn't work, or vice versa, because there's like a lip you have to grind off. But then again, the 45, you can get MOS, which I don't have the MOS here, but I do have upgraded night vision sights, really good sights. If y'all looking out there, really good sights on there. Again, this is free and clear in case people think, oh, he's flashing himself. Really good sights, man. I was kind of glad to put those on there. They run about $100. You can find them. You know, sometimes you can find them a little cheaper. But back to the gun. Upgraded. This is a Gen 5, so you do have slide serrations. They got rid of the finger cuts on there, so you got that more straight type grip on there. They do have an upgraded trigger on these, which that trigger is pretty dang good. So sorry, I got that all out of whack here. So we got there, and then there's your reset. It's pretty good. Like I said, it's always with the Glocks, there's that little bit of right there, that little bit of extra oomph that kind of always throws me off that I didn't really like. But this one's pretty good, man. I like this one. The Gen 5 triggers are a little bit better. Plus, you've got the marksman barrel, which has, I don't know if it has a polygonal rifling, but they changed the rifling. So suppose you get a little bit better accuracy. If that's true, if it's not, I don't know, but it felt good. I was able to stay on target. Really good gun, man. As far as, because again, it's a Glock. So it's like, to me with the Glocks, it's like, oh, I got a Glock, and then that's all that matters. Like it's pretty much like, just so I can put a sticker on my truck. I don't really know what it is. I mean, it's just the reliability, but you have other ones like an M&P, the CZP-10, I believe the Wellington's up there. You got other ones now. The reliability's right up there with it. So yeah, that's the only thing. Kind of Glock's one of those ones that's kind of irritating because they don't really change it, which I get it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But they add little subtle things. Like I said, I don't know why they've never fixed their sights. I did switch the sights off because the stock Glock sights are horrendous with that white square, and people always have to white it out. And most of the time they're plastic. And they just, I don't know. So yeah, I switched that out. I don't know why they don't, everybody else is coming out with night sights and other sights. That and their back straps. Like most people, the back straps come off and they're like embedded into the grip to the frame, which the Glock just gives you these little pieces of plastic that just kind of pop on and off the back. And I was like, that is about the cheapest excuse for a back strap that I've ever seen in my life. But hey, it works. People don't care. And I do have the medium on here because you get the ones that have a little bit extra beaver tail on there. Yeah. Short and sweet. I like it. I don't know why. I do like it. It seems, and again, the Glock 19 is the highest selling, I believe, Glock out there because it is a compact. So why do I think this could be the people are saying, because I was looking around and a lot of the guys were like, oh, best Glock ever made. And I think that's because of the modular aspect. Like I said, now you're not stuck with, I got the 19 or I got the 17. Now I can switch it back and forth. So if I find a sliding barrel out there, I can boom, boom, throw it on there. Got one. And that's cool. I know you're me. I'm bang for the buck. So that's bang for the buck. Cause now if I can go find a slide, eBay, you'll find them every once in a while. People throw a 17 slide or whatever out there with barrel, and I could like buy that. And now I've got 2 guns in one. If I want the short one, because again, a lot of people like the carry. That's 19 so popular because it's carry, but now they put the extended grip on there so you don't have that pinky flop going on all over the place. So yeah, for me, that's perfect. And I think that's why the Glock 19X is so popular. But now instead of like the Glock 19X, this one, you've got the shortened dust cover so you can make modular so I can switch it out. So for me, this is a win, man. Again, I'm not a big Glock fanboy, but I think this will be the Glock that I keep. So if you're out there looking for the Glocks, I would, you're looking at a 17 or a 19, I would go start looking at this. And I don't know for sure. I think there might be one that has a shortened grip because you're supposed to be able to switch them all out. You know what I mean? And so I don't know if it's like a 48 or there's a different one where, maybe you have that shortened where you do have that full 19 compact and you can switch out and put a bigger slide or something on it. But as far as I know, the 45 and the 47, which that's awesome for me, man. So yeah, definitely like it. Again, the things that I don't like are the typical Glock things. The trigger's not the greatest, but the Gen 5 trigger is pretty good. They upgraded the barrel. You can switch the sights out. It's a Glock, so you can find things everywhere. Yeah. I'm going to have to keep her, man. Again, I know I repeated that, but I think that this Glock 45 is just, now that I've revisited it from the 47, that modularity, and I do like the feel of this one. It sold me. Am I a fanboy? No. But yes, this is something I would recommend. All right. Until next time, man, I hope you like it. Again, if you're looking for something, man, try that place down there in Wellington. It's Boomsticks and Freedom seats. You got Kelly and Jason in there, man. They always seem to work with you. Sit there and, if you got things you want to, I'm going to take this old one in and trade it in towards that. They'll, always seem to work with you. And then she always seems to find, like when nobody else could find it. Like I was looking for a mechanic MO3 and everybody's looking and she, boom, had me one. So again, and other guns that I'm looking at, and they just seem to come up with better prices about 90, not every time, but about 95% of the time, 95% of the time, she's going to be able to beat what else you find out there, which is pretty good for a small town gun shop, man. All right. Until next time, man. Thanks for watching.